Finally, learned the identity of the Sith Lord, I have.
Oh, really? Who was it?
The Supreme Chancellor, it was. Hiding under our noses, he did, the whole time.
I am glad you finally found him.
That's great news.
Yeah, but not before. Wiped out 99% of the Jedi Order, he did. Took control over the galaxy and ransacked my room. Even my vinyl record collection, he stole.
Oh, that's not such great news.
God, Yoda, that's terrible. What are you going to do now?
What else can I do? A new collection? Start I must.
No, I mean you personally.
Oh, well, into exile I went. On the swamp planet Dagobah, I reside now. But look at the positives I try. A great villa for the retirement there, I bought.
Oh, really?
Indeed. Listing I saw. Beautiful pictures it had. Modern, spacious, with a view of the entire swamp. High-speed holonet too it has. For that price, a no-brainer it was.
That's great, Yoda.
Tomorrow, see it for the first time I will.
Wait, you haven't seen it in person yet?
Much competition there was. Afford to waste time, I could not. Bought the house already I have, and the keys I hold.
Isn't that a bit risky, Yoda?
Yeah, what if it's a scam?
Oh, please. When someone's trying to deceive me, sense I can.
Just like you knew with the Sith Lord?
Touché. But worry, you should not. A good feeling about this I have. My villa I cannot wait to see. The address from the instructions this is. Right here it should be? What the actual
Anyway, it looks like it's just 5 of us today.
Indeed, and it seems it's only the original 5.
Don't be so sure, Oogway. Look, I think I see our new member walking toward us over there.
Ah, the absence of filth, a rare luxury indeed. Well, I can be sure of one thing. I am not in King's Landing anymore.
See what I see, do you?
Is that a woman?
Are my eyes deceiving me?
I guess boys' time is over.
Maybe she just got lost.
Well, it looks like your theory that this place is surrounded by a misogyny spell has been debunked, Dumbledore. You owe me a case of beer.
God damn it.
It looks like it is some old hag.
I don't know, she looks kinda hot.
Hot? Maybe once.
Now, this is something you don't see every day. I was quite sure I outlasted everyone from my generation, but it seems I have competition.
Good day, miss. Are you lost? If you want, I can direct you to the nearest retirement home.
Lost? Perhaps. But believe me, I'd rather be lost than found in your company, sir.
Hey, that wasn't necessary.
You brought it on yourself, Dumbledore. Excuse my companion, my lady. He wasn't ready to face your sharp tongue.
Almost no one is. They don't call me the Queen of Thorns for nothing.
Queen of Thorns? Well, from my experience, I know that only the most beautiful garden flowers have thorns.
Oh, please. If I wanted to be bored by flattery, I'd read a romantic story. Fortunately, I'm not that desperate.
Oh, trust me, I'm many things, but not boring. What is your name, if I may ask, fair lady?
I'm Olenna Tyrell, the Lady of Highgarden.
Olenna Tyrell. Oh, what a beautiful name that is. I am Iroh, and I would like to ask you a question, Olenna. Are you a firebender?
God, I know I'm going to regret this. No, I'm not this so-called firebender or whatever.
Oh, really? I would swear you must be a firebender the way you set my heart ablaze.
Okay, I must admit this is kind of amusing. I haven't been on the receiving end of such clumsy advances in quite some time.
Iroh, stop flirting with her and introduce the others.
Oh, where are my manners? The one you so skillfully disarm by your tongue is Dumbledore. This is Gandalf.
Welcome, Lady Olenna.
Dear Gandalf, your robes are as grey as the weather in Winterfell. Haven't you considered something a bit more vibrant? White would suit you better.
You might be onto something.
And what do we have here?
This is Master Yoda.
Well, aren't you an odd little thing?
Judge me by my size, do you?
Well, there's not much to judge, to be honest. But I must admit you're quite the curiosity. Perhaps you'll surprise me yet. And speaking of surprises, who is this old folk?
That is Master Oogway.
And why does he look like he's one sneeze away from turning into a pile of dust?
It would actually be a pile of flower petals.
Why does he have such a strange appearance?
Well, he is a tortoise.
A talking tortoise? Okay, I guess now it's time for me to sit back and wait for your thrilling explanation. Because this whole situation makes me more confused than reading through Targaryen family tree.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. We are the Council of Wise.
A council of wise? Great. Another meeting where old men pretend to know what they're doing. I can't imagine a better way to spend my afternoon.
We are basically wise beings summoned from many different worlds and drawn to this void.
That means you must be considered a wise person too.
Oh, well, I've never considered myself being wise. On the other hand, if I recall those foolish buffoons I have to deal with, I guess I could be perceived as wise compared to them. Not that it's much of an achievement, given the competition, but I guess that explains why you have a talking tortoise and frog.
Not this again. Not a frog, I am. My race is called.
Excuse me, I do not recall asking you for further details. Do you?
No, but...
Very well. Anything from you? Good. Let the adults speak then.
Adults? One of the oldest here I am.
I must say, Olenna, I've never met a woman like you before.
Well, I hope not. The world can barely handle one of me.
So cunning, confident. Your presence is something I've never felt before.
I'm not surprised. Most people prefer to surround themselves with flatterers and boring people. I'm neither.
Boring you are definitely not. And by the way, is there any Mr. Tyrell?
No, Ira, my husband, Luther Tyrell, passed away a long time ago.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Olenna.
Oh, don't be. He was an insufferable idiot. He had the spine of a jellyfish and the brain to match. But I did marry into a wealthy family thanks to him, so I guess he was good for something after all.
So you weren't always Tyrell?
No, I wasn't. But believe me, it was their good fortune. I am the only reason we can still call ourselves a house. If it had been left to the men in our family, we would have been reduced to ashes long ago.
Is it that bad?
Well, you know, my husband was a complete imbecile. My son took after his father. And even though my grandson isn't an imbecile for once, he prefers spending his time by, how to put it gently, swallowing swords, overhandling family affairs.
Oh, I once saw a sword swallower during a visit to New York. It's quite a remarkable art.
Oh, trust me. There's absolutely nothing remarkable about it.
You talk as if you have experience with it.
Well, you'd be surprised how much experience I have.
By sheer coincidence, I have Godric Gryffindor's sword with me. Show us your skills, if you're as experienced as you claim.
Is he always this dumb?
Most of the time. Dumbledore, she's not talking about that kind of sword swallowing.
What do you mean by that? Oh, this kind of sword swallowing.
Yeah, one of the greatest swordsmen in Westeros, they say. Except he must have bent more knights than he's slain.
Besides, you call that a sword? This is a sword. Behold, Glamdring, the foe hammer.
Excuse me. My sword is a normal in size, and it's perfectly serviceable.
Yeah, men are the same everywhere. It always ends with swords measuring contest. It must be the way of the world, I suppose. But at least my granddaughter turned out well. Smart, pretty. I taught her absolutely everything I know, and she bent men to her will much better than I ever could.
What is her name?
Marjorie. She's absolutely terrific. It's a shame that I'm about to watch her marry a sadistic little boy king. Honestly. The thought of it is enough to make me reach for the nearest cup of poisoned wine. Oh, wait. That's the trick, isn't it?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, don't worry about it. But enough about me, boys. I've spent far too much time of my life talking about myself. Tell me something about you.
What would you like to hear?
I don't know. Stories, experiences, just something. You don't understand what a torturous boredom I go through every day in King's Landing.
Well, if you want, I can tell you a story about how me, a group of dwarfs and a hobbit, slay a dragon.
Dwarfs? Dragons? Last time I was this excited was when I tried that aphrodisiac octopus from Volantis. Please go ahead.
Well, I guess with this we will end today's episode. Our dear viewers, please give it a like or subscribe to this channel where you can find new videos like these every single week. If you would like to directly support my channel, check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. See you soon, and as always, for the Republic.